Hello everyone, welcome back to Archip News. Today we cover the case of MicroStrategy and what they have been doing with Bitcoin. More and more financial experts are watching the developments of MicroStrategy with fascination and disbelief. The company is relentlessly buying ever more Bitcoin. But people rightly ask the question, how have they been able to do this and buy so much Bitcoin with unlimited amount of cash? Well, that's what we're going to look at now. In their latest earnings call at the end of October, they announced a very ambitious plan to raise another $42 billion to buy more Bitcoin. But already this year, in November alone, they have bought or purchased another 79,000 Bitcoin, bringing their total stack up to 331,000 Bitcoin, which has approximately a market value of around 31 billion at the moment. They have been doing this by issuing and selling their own stock because their own stock is currently overvalued. So when we look at the ratio between the Bitcoin they hold on their balance sheet and MicroStrategy's overall market cap, we see that there is a divergence of almost 3.1 times where MicroStrategy is more valuable than the Bitcoin they hold on their balance sheet. Ever since they have started buying Bitcoin, MicroStrategy has almost become a sort of Bitcoin company. As Bitcoin has become by far the largest position on their balance sheet, the company nowadays functions as a sort of Bitcoin fund, and their share is almost acting like a Bitcoin proxy. And as long as this premium persists, MicroStrategy can keep on issuing their own shares, sell them, raise money, and with that money obviously buy then more Bitcoin for their balance sheet. What is fascinating is this: whenever a company starts diluting their own shares, this is usually considered quite negative by shareholders. And this is because the overall shareholder stake is devalued as well that the shareholder has in a company, which means the value of one share is also decreasing. When it comes to MicroStrategy, however, the exact opposite has been the case. The so-called NAV, net asset value, or the premium over their Bitcoin they hold on their balance sheet, has been consistently rising as more and more people have been buying MicroStrategy stock. But why are investors so eager to buy MicroStrategy stock? Well, they see it as an opportunity as stockholders to gain exposure to ever more Bitcoin vis-a-vis their stock. So the goal of MicroStrategy, and Michael Saylor, which is the architect behind this, has described this as a way to increase Bitcoin per share. So they want to have ever more Bitcoin on their balance sheet compared to outstanding share that MicroStrategy has in the market. So today the value of MicroStrategy stock is a function of how much capital they will still be able to raise in the future to buy more Bitcoin. But this untapped potential and demand for MicroStrategy stock, I think, is supported by another mechanism that MicroStrategy discovered along the way. As a matter of fact, MicroStrategy is also issuing what is called convertible bonds. These function like regular bonds, where MicroStrategy as the borrower has to pay interest to the lenders. At the same time though, these convertible bonds also function like a sort of stock option, where the holder has the additional right and option to convert these bonds into shares at a predetermined price and date. Now, the reason these convertible bonds issued by MicroStrategy are so attractive to the market and find a lot of buyers is because of the volatility of Bitcoin. Let me explain. The Bitcoin on MicroStrategy's balance sheet are also quite volatile. And given that volatility is an input factor determining the value of an option, this makes these convertible bonds, which are acting like a sort of option, also quite valuable in the eyes of holders and investors. Because MicroStrategy stock is so volatile, the probability of the stock price hitting the conversion price of these convertible bonds is also quite high, which again increases the likelihood that the conversion price will actually be hit and bonds are converted into shares, which again is the reason why these options are so valuable in the eyes of the holders. So as a matter of fact then, the investors buying these convertible bonds from MicroStrategy are actually not really interested in getting the interest, but they are more interested in getting this valuable option. This, on the other hand, is also a win-win then. MicroStrategy is getting quite a low interest rate for their convertible bonds, while the investors are getting this very valuable option. Once we understand this, we can conclude that as long as Bitcoin stays volatile, MicroStrategy stock is most likely also going to stay volatile, which then again makes these convertible bonds still fundamentally attractive. However, this is also exactly the risk that is associated with MicroStrategy's unprecedented Bitcoin plan. The company can only pursue this game as long as Bitcoin stays volatile. If Bitcoin's volatility is coming down, then obviously MicroStrategy's stock volatility would decrease as well, and then obviously slowing down this flywheel that we see here considerably as well. And in a bear market at last, it is to be expected that this NAV premium, so the premium between MicroStrategy's market value and the Bitcoin they hold on their balance sheet, is going to decrease and probably disappear almost completely. So to finish off, we can say that MicroStrategy's ambitious Bitcoin strategy is currently working because of the dynamics that we described, but won't last forever, because we know that at some point Bitcoin's volatility will come down even in the short term, making the strategy just not that workable anymore. Still, I want to leave you with this one last fun fact. Even the SNB, the Swiss National Bank, has been buying MicroStrategy since 2013 and just recently in 2023 increased its holding significantly. So what do you think of MicroStrategy and its great appetite for Bitcoin? Has Michael Saylor found the monetary glitch in the fiat matrix, or is it all just crazy and not sustainable? Let us know. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll see you in the next video.